Hello and welcome to this screencast on Voice over IP, or VoIP for short. VoIP simply means running a telephone service over a broadband connection. Typically, we use our broadband for services like email and web browsing. VoIP just means a new service, telephony, running over the same connection. Now you might ask yourself the question, why bother with VoIP? We already have phone services. Well, there are a number of reasons for this. The first one is cost. The cost of calling from one VoIP phone to another VoIP phone is free. Because we use the shared infrastructure of the web, the cost of connecting networks together is much less. And that's why we can provide free VoIP to VoIP calls and much lower cost calls to traditional phones. There are also other reasons. VoIP is far more flexible. For example, with a traditional telephone, the phone number is hardwired to the copper in the ground. So if you want to move telephone from one place to another place, for example, if you're moving home or if you're changing country, you either can't do it or it's just going to cost too much. With VoIP, it's very simple. You just take your broadband phone, unplug it, and plug it into your new location. And your phone number and everything else has been moved. As well as this, VoIP is much more flexible. You can use many different types of application for connecting. You can use a traditional phone by using a VoIP adapter. You can use VoIP phones that are specifically designed to use the VoIP protocols. You can use PC software running on laptops. You can use PBX systems. You can even connect with mobiles and PDAs over Wi-Fi connections. Another great advantage of VoIP is that the channels are virtual. That means that you don't need a copper pair or a bit of copper running in the line for every single call. You're just limited by the bandwidth that your broadband has. This is perfect for small offices where you would typically have to lay new copper wires for every time you want to add an extra line. It's also much more flexible because it interworks with other IP protocols. That means it works with other applications on the internet. So you can integrate it very easily with things like email, web browsing, directory services, or databases, or any other custom application you might have. The predominant type of VoIP is SIP. SIP is an open standard. That means that it's a common language for VoIP that different providers and manufacturers can use. There are other types of VoIP, like Skype, but that's proprietary. That means that it doesn't work with other systems. Skype only works with Skype. SIP means more choice and lower costs because many manufacturers produce many types of handsets and many different types of operators can work together. That's an introduction to VoIP. I hope you enjoyed this screencast and you start making calls now.